All eyes will be on Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana as he tables his medium-term budget policy statement in Parliament tomorrow. Some reports suggest that government may announce a way forward on the hotly contested issue of e-tolls. So, do they stay or go, or will we not hear an announcement? Let's speak to OUTA CEO Wayne Duvenage on his expectations. Wayne, this has been an issue that has been going on for so long. I wonder, what are your expectations tomorrow? Do you think they're staying or going?
Well, we think the minister is going to announce a funding mechanism as an alternative to e-tolls. But what will happen thereafter is that it is up to the Transport Minister to make the final announcement to undo the e-toll decision, so to speak. So that might come a week or so later. But tomorrow's announcement by the Minister of Finance will give an indication as to which way this is going to go. We do believe he is going to announce on some way forward, and we believe that way forward will be exactly what they've been doing for the last number of years, which is government grants to SANRAL, which is how you fund the non-tolled roads. So that's what we believe will happen in tomorrow's announcement.
And I remember at some point there was that petition by the AA, of course, motorists expressing unhappiness over this e-tolls issue. I wonder, though, if there is a delay and we don't hear any announcement at all on that particular issue, could Gauteng road users afford to hear an indecision here or no announcement at all? And what impact could this have?
Well, this has been a political football that's been kicked around for a long time. And in March 2019, SANRAL stopped summonsing. The compliance rate is around 15%, so 85% of people aren't paying. So it has no impact really on the motorists. What it does do, it has an impact on the 15% of people that are paying. Some of them are big logistics companies. They are now uncompetitive and have been for some time as they try and pass on these e-toll costs to their customers. And I think it's important that government now makes this decision, because they just, this whole thing is in limbo. And they cannot continue like this. I mean, many government departments aren't even paying. And it is an indecisiveness of this nature that isn't good for the country. We need laws that work, and we need laws that are complied with. And if they aren't rational, if they don't have the public support, then they cannot just be left in limbo like as they have been for the last number of years now.
And I wonder, what do you think is at the heart of this indecision that we've seen? I mean, this issue has been going on for quite some time. At some point, we even saw COSATU, voicing its concern through civil disobedience on our highways. At the same time, we're hearing from the MEC in Gauteng at some point that there maybe have been a decision, and then there's an about turn. So what is at the heart of really this indecision, you think?
We don't understand why they're taking so long. I'll tell you why. The amount that they're collecting, about 50 to 55 million rand a month, is just going to pay for the collection system, the process of collecting. Nothing is going to SANRAL, nothing is going to government. So it could only be that the amount that is being spent on this 50 to 55 million rand a month is lucrative for somebody in the supply chain. That's the only reason why they just continue to have this scheme limbering on the way it is. Otherwise, there's just no benefit to the country. And they could have, this contract, by the way, has expired a number of years ago. They could have and should have made this decision a long time ago. So we cannot understand why they have taken so long.
And Wayne, before I let you go, I mean, we're almost out of time. Let's look at the issue of Eskom, though. The debt is also quite a huge concern, and some saying that tomorrow government really needs to announce a way forward here, because Eskom cannot continue to be in debt like this and servicing the interests that we are seeing instead of keeping the lights on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it makes a lot of sense, although there are a lot of arguments for and against socializing Eskom's debt. But for as long as that debt remains at 400 billion rand, Eskom continues to struggle to do what it needs to do, which is have funds for operational costs, for the maintenance of these old plants. So we believe that the minister may take half that debt into the national coffers, which has other ramifications for the country as a whole. So we've got a lot of work to do as a nation to get out of this hole that we've been dug. And hopefully tomorrow's midterm budget policy statement is going to signal some changes changes to the economic policies to attract more investment and to deal with the bloated costs of government. We really need to get on top of the costs, run away at the moment.
And very briefly, we are almost out of time. Nearly 200,000 illegally obtained driver's licenses to be cancelled. That announcement, some saying it's a good move, but others are worried about how this is going to all be done in terms of the tracking. What is your reaction?
Yeah, look, I mean, this is a clear indication of systemic errors and issues within government's systems. We should never have got to this situation. There's been a lot of malfeasance and fraud and corruption uncovered by the SIU in the Department of Transport. And it is really down to a lack of systemic checks and balances. We believe that government needs to, engage with civil society, engage with business to find the solutions. It's not difficult. Any business that ran systems like this that had so much fraud and corruption would have gone under by now. Government is not a business, it's a monopoly, and it seems to think that it doesn't have to have efficiency built in. It does need to do so, otherwise these are the types of problems. So 200,000 licenses, they have to be withdrawn if they're illegally obtained, and government needs to make sure that we don't sit here in 10 years' time and find we've got another 200,000 licenses. That's the biggest problem here.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for your time, Wayne. Let's see what tomorrow holds then. Do appreciate it. That was OUTA CEO Wayne Duvenage.